Hello violinists, welcome to Prime Strings. I'm Henriette and today is day 24 of the Virtual Violin Practice Playalong. It's so good to see you here. Today we're practicing holding the violin with no hands. We are going to go over our spiccato bowing technique, so stay tuned for that. We're going to further develop our position changes and our right elbow arpeggio exercises, and then we're going to improvise in the key of A minor. So let's go and get your things and let's get started. We're starting today's lesson by tuning up. So here is your A. This is your E string. Your D string. G. And let's also practice tuning in double stops, A and E together. D and A together. G and D. Lovely. We're starting today's lesson without the bow, so let's put your bow down for a moment. And what we're going to do is practice holding the violins without your hands. So put it in a safe place on the side, on your shoulder. Put it really nice and close to your ear. There we go. Can you hold it like that? Good. So let's get started by counting back from 10. Are you ready to hold? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Well done, very good. Give your neck a little rest, stretch your muscles a little bit by going up and down. Shake some yes and some no. Lovely. Now, let's do that again, shall we? Can you again hold it for 10? Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, awesome practice. Now let's hold it again with your neck. Can you put your left hand onto your right shoulder? And can you put your right hand onto your left shoulder? Can you still hold it like that? Awesome, very good. Let's put both hands on your head now. Okay, touch both hands in front. Remember to reset it if you don't find that so comfortable. Now see if you can touch both hands behind your back. Really nice, well done. That's really good practice for your neck, and your neck muscles will gradually become stronger and stronger. So give them a good stretch. Go up and down. There you go. Shake some yes and some no. Brilliant. Let's pick up the bow. Now today we're going to talk about spiccato practice. And spiccato is when your bow jumps at the balance point. So first of all, let's find out where the balance point of the bow is. I'm just quickly putting my violin down and I want to find out where the balance point is. It's somewhere here, but it's different for every bow, so you have to find out where the balance point of your bow is. There we are. And if you have a pencil ready or something, write down a very, very light line to indicate where it is, because we're going to need it today. So I'm just going to put a little line like that, and I can just about see it, or it's rather more like a dot, it's turned out, precisely where the balance point is. That's it. So I'm picking up the violin again and I'm going to find out where the balance point is, and that's where the bow is going to hit the strings. And I'm going to just gently let the bow jump up like this. And that is what spiccato is. Spiccato in Italian means jumping or hopping. And you can clearly see that the bow bounces off the string, and the bow is meant to bounce, it's made like that, and it bounces the best here at the balance point. Now, in order to play good controlled spiccato, there are three main ingredients. The first one is that you have to have a perfect bow hold. Now, we've talked about the bow hold on many occasions in this course, so I would imagine that you have got a fairly good bow hold right now. The important thing is to have your thumb bent. Okay, apart from a good bow hold, what we're going to do is, again, we're going to pretend there's a little chalk on the end of our elbow, and we're going to draw tiny smiley faces in the air like that with that elbow. So pretend there's a little chalk there and you go like that. So that is my second ingredient, and my third ingredient is that I have very flexible fingers. Now, we have worked quite a lot in this course, in previous lessons, to make your fingers more flexible. So let's see if they are really nice and flexible. And if they are, we're going to go back to that balance point and play that spiccato again. And now I want you to think mainly about the point of your elbow here, and let the spiccato start from that point. Too big with your bow and it jumps up out of control, then make your smiley faces smaller. We're not doing massive ones, but only little ones here. Then if you've got a lot of crunchy sound like that, it means that your fingers are a bit too stiff. So make it smaller again and soften your bow hand. And this is where your thumb comes in. Look, I'm really flexible there. Can you see? This is all moving. It's not stopping me. My bow hand, fingers and my thumb on my right hand, they are my shock absorbers. Really, I don't want to bounce out of control, but I am managing the bounce with my fingers. I'm sort of rounding it off. So whilst your movement starts here, round it off with your fingers. Here we go again. Let's go on the D string and that's it. Let's listen out, because we want to be very even. So here we go. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're listening out for a couple of things. First of all, bow control. So don't play too big. Gentle, small movements are what makes a good spiccato. Secondly, play with soft hands. So soften up your fingers. And thirdly, be precisely on the balance point. So you might check where you've just put that dot. Here we are. Let's practice it one more time. And good, well done. We'll come back to spiccato in a moment. But first, we're going to practice our position changing exercise. So you remember we were swinging our elbow. Let's swing that elbow just to make your muscles warm up and make them relaxed, ready to move. And now remember we're going to go swing out and under, push further under and swing back. Swing out, under, push further under and swing back. So remember to always slide very slowly. Here we go. I'm hoping that is gradually getting better. You're moving your whole arm up, aren't you? You want to make sure that you're not stretching or bending your fingers more. So the shape of my finger remains the same. So I'm just letting my finger slide up with my elbow. Okay, so that is the point. Here, your elbow, where you slide from. Let's do it one more time, shall we? And awesome, and I'm hoping you are improving all the time. And each day we're going to add something to it. So today we're playing very slowly and we're making sure that you keep your finger nice and curved. Tomorrow we'll do this again and we are going to add a little bit extra then. So be sure to follow me tomorrow as well. Next up, we're going to practice our right elbow arpeggios. We've practiced them yesterday in our lesson as well, and the point was that we're going to draw a little curved sort of crescent shape with your elbow in the air. So again, we're going to pretend there's a little chalk on the end of my elbow and you're drawing a little very smooth line there. So let's go on the G string at the heel, and here we go. And what this is all about is to smoothly transition from one string to another. You have that when you play arpeggios, but also bigger string crossings. They are done with your elbow. Shall we just practice that once again? So you really want to see if you can draw that line and then draw the same line back up again. Here we go, and Very, very nice. So we're not going into hooks like that, so we're not going stiff like that, but it's one very smooth movement there. Shall we do it one more time? Go on then, let's get this really good today. And awesome, very good. And all the time you improve your bow control, so that is especially useful. Now we're going to play an A minor scale today. So we're going to start on the A string, and my first and second fingers are going to be together here. Then once we go onto the E string, my first finger is pulled back, so it's an F natural. And between my first and second fingers, I've got a tone and a half space. So we're playing F natural, G sharp before we go on to A, which is our top note. Let's play every note twice with long bow of the A minor scale. Slowly does it. And awesome playing, well done. Now you may have noticed that on the A string my first finger is in a normal position here, but on the E string my first finger is back. And this time when we next play it, I want you to listen to that difference between a first finger which is higher and a first finger which is lower on the E string. Now while you play your first fingers in tune, you also might want to check that your thumb is precisely upright and just peeking over the edge right there. Here we go. And awesome, that sounds very nice. Now let's play a spiccato bow stroke on our A minor scale, and we're going to play 8 times spiccato on each of the notes of the scale. So while you do that, make sure that you're at the balance point of your bow. Make sure that you draw little smiley faces in the air and that your fingers on your bow are really, really soft. I'll count us in for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. straight down. Lovely job, well done. And you can tell why I like technique practice like this, because it gives me lots of time to really think about the individual techniques so they get better really quickly. So now let's play an A minor arpeggio with smooth flowing bow. So remember to push your bow arm forwards. Here we go. Each note once, but the arpeggio over twice. And lovely job. So I'm hoping the A minor scale and arpeggio notes are very clearly in your head, because we're now going to improvise in the key of A minor. And we're going to do our improvisation in this way. I'm playing 2 bars of 2 beats each, so 4 beats, and then it's your turn to do whatever you like for 4 beats. If possible, try to stay within the A minor scale or arpeggio, or both. And then we're going to do a second phrase of a contrasting style, 2 bars of 2 beats. And again, when you respond in your playing, feel free to make up your own improvisation. And then we'll do a third phrase, which is again a different contrasting phrase with the other 2. Are you ready? And I think I got a little bit carried away there, because the phrases were a little bit longer than 2 bars of 2 beats. And we did 4 calls and responses. So well done if you kept that going. That's awesome. So my point is, have you managed to play a contrasting style or something contrasting? That's still good. If you found yourself imitating what I just played, that's all right. But when you have been choosing your own improvisations, see if you can make it a little bit more contrasting. So let's do another one, shall we? Oh, we'll see. This is not planned. This is all spontaneous improvisation. So we'll see if I can do four sets. How was that for you? Did you follow it? And were you able to play something different? Remember, have you still played all the notes of not all of them, but notes taken from the A minor scale or arpeggio? In that case, it's awesome. It's really well done. Shall we have another go? That was very nice. So I would say that in your spare time, feel free now to pick up your violin and just play whatever comes up in your head. And whilst we are sort of introducing certain parameters for your improvisation, so it can be staccato, it can be legato, it's got to be within a certain key. Of course, when you do your own improvisation, you can be totally free. As I've said in the first lesson of this series, anything goes in improvisation, so you cannot really make a mistake. And you might even explore some special effects, that I call them. So deliberate crunches or screeches on your violin, and I know that some of you will be very, very keen to explore those. That is a normal part of improvisation, and you can make your improvisations a little bit more serious or a little bit more jokey or playful. So go ahead and try some things out for yourself as well at home. In our next lesson, we're going to explore all these contrasts a little bit more. And so I'm very much looking forward to see you again then. For now, I will thank you for staying with me for all of these lessons for such a long period of time. And I'm hoping you're enjoying what we're doing in these lessons. So please feel free to write in the comment section below, because for me it's really nice to hear from you guys how you're experiencing these lessons. So I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Goodbye.